Hey guys, it's Rufus. First, I will start with our site setup. Starting with the rotate wall, I suggest opening it entirely. This will make it easier for the anchors to hold site and deny plant, as they can peek into both master and office. There's also this quad wall. Most people will probably reinforce it by default, but I think a lot of teams are going to open this wall here. This would allow a player at piano to watch the breach, and if you had shield on top of this piano, you would be in a much better position to hold this area. When defending office, you really need to try and play as close to this half wall as possible. Denying plant is going to be hard, because office is pretty much impossible to play in. We have to try and deny plant from master or piano. This is why it's important to hold this area of piano, because you can have an extra way to deny plant, and when you stack up utility, you can make this a strong position. Now, when it comes to defending this part of site, you have a few options. I like having both of these walls reinforced, since it lets any defenders play inside of closets safely. However, I'll leave these two walls open with a rotate and head holes. This lets people inside of this hallway peek into master. The nice thing about this position is that you can get a good angle onto the K9 door. Now, when it comes to these walls, I like opening this wall and reinforcing this other one. The reason I do this is so that it is harder for the attackers to plant in master comfortably. If we were to have a player in bathroom, they would easily be able to deny plant. That wouldn't happen often since the attackers can easily clear you from bathroom, but it would still give us some flexibility within sight. Now, if this wall was opened, you can see that the attackers can get some angles into bathroom. That's why I reinforced this single wall, so that the angles are limited. The next walls I'll go over are these two walls. Most of the time you'll see them closed, but you could open them viably. If an attacking team is going for a solar take and trying to take control of this area by pushing up the stairs, opening these walls can make it easier to prevent the attackers from entering solar. And if you had the bathroom wall opened, you can use these angles from bathroom. Although you would have to work around the fact that the attackers would be able to see into sight from this rappel, but one way to minimize that is with this setup. With one reinforcement, you can reduce the amount of angles in sight while also being able to watch solar with this angle. You could even add a castle barricade onto this doorway if you wanted to give sight more cover. When it comes to our roam game, we don't have many options. We couldn't hold this area of library because it would be very easy for the attackers to clear. We also don't have enough reinforcements to comfortably hold this area anyway, but we can roam below sight, and this has two uses. If the attackers are opening this wall and going for a plant at half wall, then you can use this nitro throw to kill the planter. However, when testing, I also noticed that you could throw your nitro onto these bars and it would still kill the planter. If the attackers were going to go for a solar take though, they would need to push below sight. We would then be able to waste time with a roam. However, because we're going to be using about 8 reinforcements on site, we can't really hold downstairs very easily. You can reinforce these two walls though and play around this area. You could stop the attackers from entering trophy, and you'll be able to waste some time before retreating up these stairs. You would have to worry about somebody on these windows, but you could just throw a smoke canister at it. The repeller would be forced to move away, and your roamer could just run up the stairs. I'd also suggest using some angles from above so that your anchors can support the roam, and you'll therefore be able to hold trophy for much longer. From solar, you can watch the trophy window with this super tight angle. In addition, from this position, you can watch this connector area. With this hatch, you can watch all of kitchen, and you can use this tight angle to watch the trophy window jump in. From bathroom, you can use these angles, which will watch the west stairs and the jump in for both windows at west main. With a hole at this desk, you can peek between these chair legs and watch the dining door, and you can even get this pixel peek under the desk. On this site though, I recommend running a lot of plant denial. The reason for this is that stacking plant denial would be effective against both of the most common attack strats. When the attackers plant at half wall, they are extremely predictable, and so if you have smoke, Tachanka, and a nitro or two, then you should be able to deny plant easily. But if the attackers were to push up the solar stairs, you could instead focus all of that utility onto the solar stairs. The reason that you would send canisters, fire, and nitros onto these stairs is because this stairway is the only way for the attackers to take solar. If you prevent the attackers from pushing up these stairs, then you will halt the entire attacking team. This would also be another reason for opening the solar wall. You'd have an easier time sending fire or throwing canisters at the solar stairs. Lastly, I will go over positioning. We will have one roamer, which will be playing around trophy. One person will be at solar, which can help watch trophy and this connector from above. Another player will be at piano and will be holding down this area. The last 2 players will be around closet, bathroom, and piano. They'll change their positioning based on how the attackers push, and they can even use angles from above in order to support the roam. Now, if you want to follow my Twitter, Discord server, or Patreon, a link will be in the description below. But that's all to say for this video, and if you learned something, give the video a like, and if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe. Toodles.